What if they don't eat anything?
Then we probably know it's them. For the most part, if somebody actually refuses to eat food, that's most likely suspect, and I doubt that there is going to be two people who just want, at a banquet, to never eat anything.
Very
Yeah.
true. I can't think of any time that someone's been invited to a banquet and hasn't eaten unless there's some reason behind it.
You kidding me? Free food! Free food!
So this might be a good way to go about doing it. In fact, maybe we could talk to Zoe about maybe spreading this out, not just the inner council members, maybe other people of importance in the city. Make it a who's banquet where all the best people in town are invited.
Yeah. I mean,
We
we
could
certainly.
technically have this under the flag of the Endless Storytellers, so it wouldn't raise suspicion.
Right. That's
Yeah.
why I said I wanted to go talk to Zoe and have it set it up. Have her help us set it up.
Yeah,
Right.
and tell her that we'll bankroll the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. And then we make sure to slip some salt. Not too much. Not enough salt that things taste really out of whack, or that it actually makes someone sick from due to salt. But we put salt in everything: fruit, vegetables, all of it.
Yeah.
Fruit and vegetables, salt. Hmm.
If all it takes is a small amount, just inject a little bit of salt water into it. Saline. I've got tons of the stuff.
Or wash out or wash the fruit off with salt water.
Mm,
If just a little bit is needed.
that would work if everything was washed in it. The injection is a bit.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm more of a spy and less of a chef. I agree with Tom there.
Yeah.
Yes. We can boil the. We can have cooked vegetables that were boiled in salt water.
Yeah.
We could have meat that was glazed with something slightly salty.
Yeah. Well.
Oh yeah, you guys can find ways easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easily.
So
There-
sound like a plan. Maybe tomorrow morning we bring it up to Zoe.
Yeah. I think so.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, we can start the next scene in the morning if you like.
Sure.
Sure.
This
Okay.
this would be pretty late if I got home.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's keep the ball rolling here. Of course, once again, since we're storytelling together, if you want to retroactively say we had a conversation previously, not a problem. But I like to keep things going at a good pace. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt that the conversation there was petering out. So, so I would like everyone to give me a roll of D20 for me, please.
I have one of those.
Yes. Okay. 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 And Pamela just needs one, I think. There we go. And Tom. There we go. All right. So Patrick, as you have breakfast in the morning. You go over some plans. You go out to meet Zoe, and Patrick, you're the first one to open up the door and head out. Okay.
Right.
And on the ground in the behemoth is a piece of paper in the shape of a heart, and there's a note. There are some words scrawled on it in American that says, "Roses are red, violets are blue. Same place, same time, same table. I found things for you." And then it's with a dash and a O.W.
I hope this isn't Lee. I'm going to check the handwriting to see if it's sloppy or not.
No, it doesn't look like it was written by a drunk.
Okay.
The handwriting looks masculine but neat.
Then I am most likely. I think Al, you might have.
I'll take a look at it. Owen Van.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh yeah, sorry.
He always-
O.V, not
Oh,
W.
he was always such a romantic.
Mhm.
Let's talk to Zoe.
Do you guys have a
first.
thing?
Do you have a boyfriend?
Al will just
Are you
look at Mila blankly.
Are you
What?
sure it should have been me in those photos and not you? I'm just I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I went there. I'm bad. I'm sorry.
I want to meet this person. Ah, you guys are so cute.
Al,
boy.
I
All right.
think Al, after this such a long time with Mila, has started. Not that he's been gaining much of a sense of humor, but it's becoming more adorable than
Then crazy.
patronizing. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okie dokie.
So, and I guess I say, well, let's talk to Zoe first and see how this plays out. Then
Okay.
we go talk to Nathan. Look, if what he wants us to do is, I don't know, there's no reason not to at least go talk to him. But we should talk to Zoe first.
Okay. You're able to find Zoe at her, for lack of a better word, command trailer. She's busy just organizing the logistics for the day, trying some new patrol routes. Alicia's there, actually. She got there a little bit earlier in the morning. She's with Alicia and a few other guards, just replanning routes inside of the inside New Laszlo around the park. She says that she's been able to convince the council to allow the guards to carry batons and pepper spray for their own protection, just in case. But once again, still no weapons are allowed inside New Laszlo. Um, when she notices you and realizing that you would like a private conversation, she's able to finish up what she's doing in about 15 minutes and meet with you just outside of her trailer, just standing around. And she just asks, should we talk inside or is out here just fine?
Inside might be better, actually.
All right, come on in. She lets you into the office portion of her trailer. Very, very large, very spacious. As she kind of just sits down at her little desk there and she says, well, what's on your mind? What's up?
Would someone else like to go, or is Al?
I don't know why I'm here.
It's about the banquet, right?
What? Mila's eyes light up.
Al nods, okay, I guess that answers that.
Yeah, I think you should handle it.
I know that we're still rather new to the endless storytellers, and I know that our relationship has always been confused, I guess would be the right word for it.
I would say more rocky, she would say, although with the favor that you helped me out with about 4 or 5 days ago, I mean, it's definitely amiable at the very least.
Well, we have kind of another favor, but a one that I think you would rather enjoy.
All right, go on.
We want your help, and of course, hopefully the help of the endless storytellers, to throw a banquet of sorts. A banquet for the important people of the town. As the endless storytellers, obviously the town has been hit hard. Us being here, while it has been a boon to the people, it has obviously, no doubt, been a stress on the people who are running the town when they're dealing with everything and having to deal with us as well. We would like to throw a special banquet as a way to say thank you. Invite the most important people, obviously the small council, maybe those, you know this town much more than I do, those who are in positions of importance who you feel would deserve or be interested in such a banquet, and invite them as a special guest, as a way for the endless storytellers to say thank you.
Okay. I have a few questions in regards to that. What are your motivations? Why do you want to do this all of a sudden?
Al will think about it for a while and say, do you want the absolute truth, or do you just want to know what my motivation is? Well, let me put it this way.
With
Do you
that,
want,
she
do you
laughs.
want, do you
Oh,
want all the
boy.
details, or just our motivation?
She gives a sigh and she goes, I was wondering why Finger was so upbeat with having you along. But now I'm starting to see why. he suggested this. You are all very clearly not how you seem.
Let
Well,
me,
I'll kick myself if I don't know. Just tell me the truth.
let me put it this way. We aren't what we seem, but we are people who generally like helping others. We have information that someone in high power in this town may be a changeling.
Really?
A very, very reliable information, and that they are in a position that can cause great harm to those around them, and we want to, at the moment, just verify if it's true or not. We're not looking to cause a problem, we're not looking to eliminate the source, we just need to know if it's true. And throwing a banquet is a perfect, non-violent, non-harmful way to do it. If no one's a changeling, everyone has a good time, everyone goes home, no problems, and the reputation of the endless storyteller's generosity is spread throughout the city. If there is a changeling, they might have some food that has some salt on it, and they might not feel so hot, and we know what's going on.
Oh, okay. That does answer my next question. And you're right, it is a pretty good political move. I was not very impressed with their welcoming committee, and if we can show them up, it might, at the very least, she kind of gives a bit of a shrug, at the very least, and make sure people don't forget us. The only question is that I do not have the budget for this whatsoever. Are you planning on fronting the money?
That would be the plan. Out of curiosity, do you have any idea how much such a thing would cost?
Well, I can give you the specifics a little bit later on once I calculate them, but spitballing it is that it would have to be large enough to the rooms themselves will be large enough to accommodate people. We want to invite people in positions of power and influence throughout the city, the movers and shakers you might see, so they have fine tastes. Although some of them, I think I know of a good place that can probably host such a thing. The only question is the short notice. A lot of these type of events are scheduled far in advance, but with the right incentive, she says, perhaps we can get them all in a short period of time. We would also advertise it as a private show. Maybe I'll get some of the storytellers themselves to perform a private showing, a showcase of our new upcoming talent. I know Death Clock, she wanted to try out her new death-defying stunt. It might be a good opportunity to pilot that as well. Well, if you spend, let's see here, fun food, last minute rental, advertisement, and greasing the right palms to make sure certain calendars are open, I'd say it's probably in the 100,000 credit mark.
Al looks notably relieved.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
and she looks surprised.
And I will
And she
say,
says,
oh,
I
is
see
that
you
all?
clearly have. And she smiles and she says, I see you still have plenty of funds from your purchase with Perrin then. Well, if you like, I have to delegate a little bit of this, but the Painted Lodge itself is known for having a very, very nice banquet hall in the top floor. It would definitely give us enough room, and the reputation is good enough. We rent out the both floors, one for the food, the other for the entertainment. I talk with Caleb. We'll put a little show together. I'll talk with Death Clock. That'll be interesting. And I'll let you know. We're not going to be able to do it tomorrow night. It will probably take about 3 to 5 days for us to get it going. But if you transfer the funds to me now, I'll make sure they're used wisely and get it done the sooner the better. And you said this creature doesn't like salt. That's your plan to expose them?
From what we've
Yeah.
been told, even the tiniest bit of salt ingested can make them horribly sick.
All right.
So
So all we have to do is tell the cooks to make sure there's a little bit of salt in everything, right?
And as much as we can, that way we can fit in each other's taste. The beauty part about this is that we all eat salt, so anyone who's not a changeling, as long as we make it light enough, shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. I know that we ask the strangest things sometimes, and that we do tend to have gotten ourselves into trouble, but hopefully in time you'll come to trust that we actually do care about others, and 9 times out of 10, if we're getting into trouble, it's for the right reasons.
Okay. I'm more of a show me, don't tell me type of gal, though, Al. So we'll see.
Then we'll put it this way: we owe you.
Fair enough. She shrugs. I don't know if my time's worth 100,000 credits, although I'm flattered that you think so. But yeah, I'll get it together. I'll keep you informed on how everything else goes. Anything else that you need to know in particular?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Well, shall I just stop by, pick up the money, and start putting the wheels in motion then?
Yes, absolutely. And of course, not that I think I need to really tell you, but the less people we tell, the better. There is no danger in this as long as the changeling doesn't think anyone knows they're a changeling. Even if they do get sick, they'll want to keep their whatever, their persona on. So as long as no one makes a move towards them, there is no danger to anyone. Obviously, the fewer people
I have a
that know...
question.
Oh, yes.
Would finding an old artifact like a spaceship be notable to anyone?
Um, what what do you mean, Patrick? She says as she just kind of shakes her head, confused, because it's a
Uh,
complete shift in the conversation.
Well, if we're revealing things and trying to make this an event, if spaceships are more of a
Is it a functional spaceship?
no, probably far from it at this
Does it
point.
have magic imbued with it or anything like that?
Sadly, no. But it is an old artifact.
Yeah. Although there'll be a few individuals who are interested in such things. If it's not functional, they'll probably just see it as a piece of metal, just a bunch of potential, you know?
All right.
I'm not too sure.
Thank you
I'm not
for
too
the
sure if that would wow
information.
them. Yeah, no problem. All right.
Then, I think we've taken up enough of your time. Of course, we'll transfer the credits to you and leave it in your
Okay.
capable hands.
All right. And we can say just in conversational tone that you do so, unless anyone objects from it. Objects to it? No, everyone's good of taking
No.
I think we're good, yeah.
100,000 credits off.
Go for it.
All right, please do
I'll
it.
mark it off.
Okay, so the only other scene that I have in mind at this very moment is your little lunch date, guys. So, but is there anything you guys want to do in the meantime?
Let's see, time in the morning.
Mhm.
Oh boy. You know what?
What?
I'm going to go to the library and start researching a bit into optics, specifically helmet visors.
Okay, is there anything in particular that you want to know about it? Or is this another general information?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember what we spoke about before, where I had to change a very particular item to
Yeah.
have different attributes?
Yeah.
I'm hoping to modify my helmet to be able to have the version that can help more in a action-oriented.
Okay, well, I'll tell you, that sort of tech blueprints isn't really going to be found in a library. You'd have to talk to like an engineer in regards to it, and yeah, just a library search won't help you in regards to that.
Done.
The main reason is because such things are produced by companies, right? They're manufactured, and those secrets are secret, because if everyone knew how to make it, they just make their own, right? So the optic band and the optic helmet, they are made by manufacturers, and so of course you can fiddle around with it, but there are some capabilities that like you would literally just have to purchase and install or buy a model that has it. You know what I mean? Like there's
Hmm.
only so like for example, being able to yeah. No, I've explained it enough.
All right. Then, I guess at this point he'll actually just start researching specifically, try to find the specific spaceship that I have,
Oh God.
and try to
Okay.
get very specific details and try to see if there's anything that might have some sort of
Okay. Roll me a
more.
D100, please.
All right.
Okay.
Is that for finding or?
Yeah, that was just for the DM.
All right.
That was my secret roll to let you know how much information that you have that you found. All right. Anyone else? What's everyone else doing in the morning, or do you want to just skip it on to lunch?
Can I get my armor fixed?
Yes. Yes, you can. Now, are you talking about like your helmet and your? Yeah, you're
Yeah,
talking about
the
the
body
power
armor
armor.
needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing. Whole
The whole
shebang.
thing. Do you want to do it? Want to give it to Max for free? He's just finishing up on the last few things that you gave him, or do you want to
For
pay
free?
for it and or and have put a rush on? I mean,
Uh, I like the for free one.
the for free one. Okay, you give off to Max. He adds it into his queue. It should be ready for you by tomorrow evening, probably.
Oh, cool, sweet.
It'll
All
get
right.
patched up. Yeah. By the way, Patrick, your ATV is all fixed up at this point, and I know Tom dropped
Yes.
off his armor. That's finished now as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Anything in particular in detail for the morning, or are we good to just continue on with the lunch?
I just want to note that Al would probably spend the morning in the clinic with Kennedy.
Oh, okay. Let me just think here for a moment. No, not yet. Okay, I'm good. I have background environmental stuff happening in the world, and I'm wondering if something would have triggered yet, but it hasn't. So we're good.
All right. Yeah, he'd spend the morning with Kennedy and try and be friendly and cheerful.
Okay. Cool. All right. Anyone else? Anyone else?
I'm
Speak
good.
now or forever eat your lunch.
Yum.
Yum.
Noms.
All right. You good there, Rachel? Are you back, Rachel?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
Okay,
back.
yeah, you're good.
Yep.
Yeah, you I just want to make sure. You so quiet over there. All right.
Why?
All right. So, same place, same time, same table. You see Nathan there. Do you sit in your regular plates, or do you change how
Ye-
you're positioned? Or...
Mila sits right next to him,
Oh boy.
up close and personal, just smiling at him.
Okay.
Same.
Tom's gonna sit right next to Mila.
Okay.
I'm assuming that booth is probably full at this point and go next to Al.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a good idea. With Pam on the end. Okay.
Yep.
So, when you approach the table, Nathan has a big old shit-eaten grin, and he has a couple files in his hands. As Mila, as you slide next to him, his smile falters a little bit, noticing how much you're grinning at him and how close you're sitting next to him. He shifts a little bit in his seat, like an uncomfortable, like a give me space type of thing. So you took the wind out of his sails a little bit, but that's okay. He sits down. He goes, "It took me some thinking, but I have found a couple things that I think will definitely meet your, for lack of a better word, proclivities." And he slides two folders up onto the surface. And one of their plain manila folders, and one of them has a label called The White Forsaken, and the other one has a label that's called Orem's Chitar. He goes, "These particular tasks, for lack of a better word, might strike your interest. So, Have any questions, or shall I show you what's behind folder number 1? He says.
I got a question.
Sure.
You haven't wasted too much time actually trying to get that information for me yet. Obviously, I do my task first, and then we see payment.
Well, yeah, that's typically how things work. I've done some general surveillance. Not surveillance, I've done some general probing into the information that you need, but I haven't actually accessed it yet, no.
Because it may turn out that we won't be needing that intel.
Okay. Well, do you want to see what's behind these little folders anyway? And he just taps on them by the finger. He seems unfazed by what your words.
Son of a bitch, now Al's curious. Oh, sure.
You can help a lot of people after all. Okay. All right.
And
So,
then before he opens this, Al says, however, I want to know how this is going to benefit you.
oh, okay. They can each benefit in their own way. Maybe I should tell you what they are first, and then maybe we'll play a little game where you can guess. And if you're right, then, I don't know, lunch will be on me this time. How about that?
I really like guessing games. I'm pretty good.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. And he turns towards Mila and giving a bit of a sarcastic smirk. He goes like, all right, Mila.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 7,000. What is it?
B.
So close, he says.
Darn it.
His voice dripping with sarcasm.
What about A?
No.
Not A?
No, the other direction. The other direction.
D?
Yeah, it was the number I was thinking of was D, Mila. You got it. Third try.
I did it! Al, I did it!
Al will just smile politely.
And Badger will pipe up. That was her C try.
I don't get it.
All right, shall we do actual business here?
Yes, by all means.
Okay, so the first one, and he opens up the folder called The White Forsaken. The White Forsaken, Nathan explains, are a group of bandits. But they're not just any sort of scumbags that wait by the end of the road with some guns and try to attack someone who's weak. These are high-tech, highly organized, and very, very merciless bandits who have a base of operations just northwest of New Laszlo. But they're cunning. There's an old saying called, "Don't shit where you eat." And they do not shit anywhere close to where they eat. They have military vehicles, power armor, 2 huge robot vehicles, and a few Borgs, juicers, and a whole lot of assholes. And rumors have been confirmed that they even have a giant that joined them as well. Now, they don't attack anywhere near New Laszlo. They don't attack the trade routes going in or going out of New Laszlo. They travel far north for weeks at a time before they find a place for them to strike. They're merciless murderers, bandits, thugs. They kill and they steal. And when they're done, when they're fat with loot, then they come back to their base of operations, far, far away of where they've been shitting, and they join in this, and they embark in the spoils of what they got. Now, the good news is right now that the bulk of their crew is on a raid right now, far up north into coalition territory, and they're weeks away. But we located their base of operations. And somebody, he says, they need to go in and blow it the hell up. Because without food for their giant and themselves, without fuel for their vehicles, without repair facilities or energy, they will have to stick their heads out and get resupplied fast in desperation before winter hits in a few months. And when they do, Then they'll be eliminated one by one.